Hey guys, this is Debrickmasier here, bringing you another game. I am playing Jungle Leona this game because my team didn't pick a jungler and I changed last second so I could jungle. My first time actually jungling Jungle Leona. I'm playing with my friend Fursofa, who is Soraka, and Tempest Windblade, who is Ahri. Um, Hopefully you guys enjoy this game. It was a pretty good match, just waiting for the last couple of people to slowly load up. Now, the reason I chose Leona is I kind of just randomed Leona and went from there. I was going to go bot with Soraka and just go AP Leona, which I more or less do this game anyway, go AP Leona. And he was just going to keep my mana full because Leona is definitely a mana grab. I actually had to quick look up a guide on this, and I didn't actually know what ability to start with. But I ended up starting with Eclipse, Armor, and 5 health pots, as you'll see, if Lee Sin ever loads up. Now I was kind of surprised actually to see a Mundo this game, because I haven't seen any Mundos in like forever. I think he really needs a rework just because there's so many people out there who do the same thing that are just better than him at the moment. What it ends up being is it's going to be Alistar Mundo bot, Nidalee top, Severe mid, and obviously Lee Sin in the jungle. Alright, so we finally got Lee Sin in this game. I'm going to actually start off with Eclipse, as you see. Alright, so like I said, this is my first time jungling Leona. I was very worried because Lee Sin is a very gankable character, so I really wanted to be as safe as possible. Now I'm still looking up my abilities here. Let's start off with, I assumed it was going to be either Eclipse or Day of Reckoning. I think that's what it's called, or Shield of Daybreak. The reason you start off with Eclipse is for the fact of the bonus armor you get and the magic resistance for 3 seconds. That helps out a lot, but the AoE damage that hits to everyone, it's pretty good. Now the big thing with Jungle Leona is her sunlight really doesn't help you in the jungle whatsoever. On ganks it can be really good if you hit with your Zenith Blade into a Shield of Daybreak and Eclipse combo, or you start off Solar Flare and do the same thing. With the people in your lane you can do some pretty decent damage just at low levels. Like, I only have 5 ability power right now from Masteries, I believe. Alright, so here comes the blue and blue. A little worried because my health gets kind of low on blue. Misjudged my smite there. So I'm down at half life. I wanted to make sure that my cooldowns were all up, just because I know early game I'm not going to have that much damage. And I believe the guide that I actually looked at was Dyrus's guide for Jungle Leona from God knows when, but it's still relevant to actually how you're going to level everything. He goes a more AD build in his guide, whereas I do more of an AP build, because I just like AP alone. Leona, I think her damage is pretty decent. Now, every time that I went into the waves, I was kind of worried that Lee Sin was going to gank me because one-on-one, I'm pretty sure he would have owned me if he invaded my jungle. Now, I had smite and everything. I was just really worried about not having the damage output to do red yet. So I wanted to make sure I did golems, which I probably could have done because when you see I come back to do red, it's really fast that I get it done. I was a little worried because after blue runs out, my mana just shrivels. Leona's abilities are really, really expensive. Like, her Shield Daybreak isn't that bad, but her Eclipse and the fact that you're going to be spamming it just to make sure you have all your damage. First blood soon on Severe. So I back and I buy a longsword and some more pots. Severe's down at half life and Ahri is still at full. So Ahri hits, ooh, nice spell shield there. She pulls back, she's at 138 life. She pops a pot thinking she'll be alright. Now I'm back on red. She's at 357. So we have Ahri's gonna hit with a nice little combo here. Ignite and a Foxfire for the win.
First blood.
Ahri's got some really good burst damage from just playing against her and playing as her. She's kinda hard to farm. Like, personally, I have a problem farming with her. As you see, Ahri and I get into like a farm war at one point. Like, she's beating me by 11 right now. But periodically through the game, I will check the creep score to see where we're at. Now, bot's having a really hard time because they have Mundo Alistar down bot, and they're just pushing Soraka Ashe really easily. They very much at tower the entire game. Now I'm starting to get a little worried because everyone else is 6 except for the dual lane, and I want to make sure I keep up. And I know Lee Sin has that just overall ridiculous ganking power that makes him such a good jungler, so I was really worried. So anyway, back here to get Madrid's blood, or I don't get the full thing yet. I just get the Madrid's claw, Madrid's razors, some pots, and some mana, because I know blue buff's not going to be up for a little bit. Now I'm telling my friend now that I'm going to come gank bot because I need to help them out and I need to get some kind of damage so I can make sure I can keep up. There's Ahri with another kill on Severe. Just the Severe was off and on good. Not the greatest of ones that we've fought against before. Here comes the gank. So I think I screwed everything up and they saw me. Now Soraka lags here actually and goes in. So I go in and I kill Alistar. And then I try to get Mundo, but Ashe is way too far away for me to even attempt diving at this point because I don't have like any life. So after seeing this, I'm just going to go back to jungle. I want to go up and help Rumble soon, it looks like, but with him dropping there, I can't really do anything now. Lee Sin only has, looks like cloth armor at the moment, and he was level 5, just like me, so... Now as I leave, I see Severe drop a ward, so I know I have to be careful next time I go to get Wraiths, just because if it's within the next 3 minutes, which it easily should be, I'm going to have possibility of getting ganked. I was kind of worried about blue at this point, because I knew Lee Sin was up here, and my blue was up when I went to gank down bot. So I just wanted to make sure I got my blue, because I didn't want to lose it if Lee Sin came around the corner. Now I'm going to help Rumble, because he really needs it, and I assume Nidalee was in this bush here, so I see her come out, so I know I'm alright. And here he comes. I missed my E by a little bit, and Rumble missed his ult, but I was able to get my Q off and W'd, so the stun and the slow definitely helped everything out there. Now I was gonna go help Severe, kill Severe, but as you can see, this game's pretty much over for them too. Another Ignite kill for Ahri. No Ignite kill for Ahri. Should pay attention more when I play. The biggest reason I wasn't able to get to help actually make sure that was a kill is I don't have boots yet, which I rectify shortly.
Executed.
Oh, what happened there? Alright, so Ahri got mid tower, which is really good, because now I've got a lot of gold to deal with, which is going to help me out a lot. Now I still have blue, so I'm not really worried about getting anything to help out with mana at the moment. Alright, Lee Sin. It's just that dragon, and he disappears again. Now I max my Shield of Daybreak just because it has that awesome stun second. We got Ahri going for another kill. Misses with that. Now this Severe is just, I'm waiting in the bush and I think I come around and he just sits there. I thought they DC'd for a little bit, but then they tried to get away. So I've got almost 2k gold. Like, I could go, but I want to buy stuff so I can make myself a better jungler. So I be. I'm going to buy attack speed boots just to help myself out with Madrids, and I'm going to finish that off to Wriggles. Bought some health and some mana just to be on top of things. And I see stuff going down mid. What's going down mid? Already taking on Alistar and winning pretty well. And everybody's coming up, so I'm going to go back to me now. I see Nidalee up top, and I see mid being pushed very well. Now if you notice, we saw Lee Sin go by jungle, but he didn't actually get dragon, so it's kind of odd about that. And one thing I don't do, I think, this entire game is use my Wriggles Lantern Ward. I just wanted to push her out of lane so we can push this up, so maybe get some tower damage.
An ally has been slain.
You push back because Lee Sin is mid. Lee Sin gets really tanky this game. Like, he's level 9 right now, so we're same level. Just he is one of those people that he just got really tank. So I was hoping they were gonna push him out, and I see Rumble going around, so I'm gonna go follow him through. Rumble puts down the ult in an awkward position, trying to make him regret going back behind tower. So I rush up, and I go for Lee Sin. And we just get him. Already gets him, but I'm going to take a couple tower shots. Nothing too big. So Nidalee's going to get top tower, just because it was going down anyway. But Ashe actually teleports up there real quick and saves it. The tower only has... oh, it's still full. We were so worried about that. Now I'm going to leave a Wraith at each one of the camps, or at least try to. Now I have Nidalee show up behind me, which is kind of scary because it's an AP Nid with cooldown reduction, and I don't really have much to protect against AP at the moment. I'm killing stuff, and I see this possibly really good gank for us. And I knew they were going to come out after me because they'd been going for kills. It looked like every game. See, now we got... see, I'm running away to go get my blue.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Ahri gets that tower pushed down bot, and then I see Lee Sin show up, and I want to kill Lee Sin again, just so I can get a higher on him than in the jungle. Now, if we look at minions again, I'm falling way behind Tempest with 93 to 70. And get blue again, so I'm not going to have a mana issue, and then I'm going to push back up top, just because that's where I'm needed. I noticed Lee Sin and Mundo right up there. I was hoping Lee Sin would have a ward here and come gank me, but not always that lucky. So I'm gonna go back to my jungle. Now I buy those potions, the mana potions, but it really turns out that I don't need them for the rest of this game, so in a couple of minutes you'll see me actually end up selling them. We have a gank going on top. Tempest Blade actually looking through. There's a big save on Ashe, so I see this going down. And he was really low from what I remember, so that's why I veered off and not even worried about it, because there's 2 down there and Rumble was overheated, so he should have been able to kill him easy. Now I'm going to recall, because I got 1,300 100 gold, so I go back and buy some ability power just to make sure I can go through. I buy my Philo Stone and a book, if I remember correctly. Now I'm gonna head to get dragon because I see a lot of people are up top. Oh, looks like I wanted to go get in Italy because I see him go up there. We're trying to keep the advantage here because we're up 6 kills, but we're only up 1 tower, and no one's got a dragon yet. So I go, and that was a nice Ash Arrow. And this is kill that I steal from Ash. I know Ash was a little bit upset with me for that. But she flashed to get into range when I was in range, so it was... not like she did most of the damage there. So we get a tower. We push pretty far here. Unfortunately, we shouldn't have pushed this far. We're all up top, and all of them are pretty much missing. Now I'm going a little crazy here because I see all my teammates and I figure out what I can get. So, and then I notice that I'm exhausted, and I just try to get out of there. So I back off, we get the severe, and Italy backs off of me. Instead of just running away like I should have, I decided to go back in for some reason I don't know. But it was really dumb of me. I was trying to save. I guess I'd justify by trying to save Sirocco. It really doesn't help me. But I have everyone come for me. But I end up... Sirocco looks like she's going to get away. And looks like Ari's made it as well. So, 4-0 for a 5-0 and support. So, our support's doing pretty good, 2-5. Italy jumped around to try to gank, figuring that they'd actually go back, but guys are smart enough not to, and just recalled a tower. So I buy a Cage's Lucky Pick for some more gold per 5, just because I feel like I'm falling behind in gold, and I'm going to build a Catalyst next. This point of the game is getting really close on who's actually going to win. Like, we're up in kills and towers, but Lee Sin is really tanky. So we're really worried about that. He's taking damage and it's just not doing too much to him. There goes a Mundo with a nice Ash Arrow, but he died already. Now I take a lot of damage from Nidalee and a tower shot here, so I back off.
An ally has been slain.
Fortunately, Ari goes down, and we just back off. I see my blue is up, so I'm gonna go grab that again. Actually helps me here, which is very useful. Because whatever this is, that's like 10 gold, so not a big deal. Let's see. Actually, look at these since level most of the game, so let's see what he's at. Looked like he was around my level. Sin is level 12, and I am level 12, so we're on the same par. Now he hasn't really finished anything. Like, he has a phage, but other than that, he finished everything. He's just really defensive at the moment. He's got a little bit of damage from that phage, but it's not enough to really
An
worry.
ally has been slain.
I see Lee Sin and Ari going at it, and Ari was saying that she's just not taking damage. Like, he's taking
An
combos
ally
to the
has been
face,
slain.
not taking too much. So Ari goes to back, looks like. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to Dragon, because I know it was still there. So I see 3 top, 1 mid, and the other one's missing. So the other person would be Severe, who I wasn't really too worried about. I'm pretty tanky. 172 armor. Just wanted to make sure I covered everything. Go to solo that, and then I see them all pushing top, and I'm gonna go help them out, but they get loose in, so I decided I'm gonna push mid. So you notice my damage starts going really, really high. Unfortunately, me and Ari do some dumb things because we stay here way, way too long. We get told to fall back, and I go to fall back and I see Alistar, so I was trying to take the hit for her, but I missed terribly. I got Nidalee down, but able to slow. Sorry, and I got knocked back. Just trying to get the kill. Severe already confirmed by Ari, and I go down again. This is where I start getting worried because we're not really initiating as a team. Everyone started moving around as a team. We have Soraka backing up here. She was pushing the top lane pretty well. Nidalee wanted to go steal my blue, but I had already taken it. And Nidalee's going AP this game, which is really deadly. That spear just hurts so much. Lee Sin has bought more. Looks like he's trying to finish off a Warmog, so I'm not really sure. And now Ari and I are 5 CS away from earlier game. So Leona gets to farm pretty easily after she starts building some AP, because this is max level. It deals 290 damage to everyone around. So that's pretty good. And Shield of Daybreak does a stun plus about 180 right now. This was never a lot of damage, and her ult's pretty good too. 320 with a 1.5 stun. So we see everybody, so we're gonna run around, and I get hit by this trap. And we see Severance. I kind of stop instead of keep pushing forward, which I don't know why I completely did that. I push forward, I see Mundo, we all go for Mundo. Ari ults up to grab him, so I gather up on top of him, ult him. Make sure he doesn't get away. Ari takes his spear to the face. Nidalee runs away. Nice Ash arrow, but even better play to the center to throw up that shield really quick. Good job, but Rumble's got her in the tower for me. Lee Sin's hitting me pretty good now. So I go to run away. Now, as a whole, the team's still fighting minions mainly. I die, but now I'll start surrounded by 4 people. He's pretty tanky, but it's 4 people. Gets that heal off, and then he goes back in for some reason. Dumb move on his part, but I got 20 seconds left, and I see Ari's backing. This tower hasn't taken too much damage, so we're telling people to play. So, I finish off my Rod of the Ages. And then I build armor because majority of their team is AD, so main damage. I know Nidalee isn't AD, but her AP, I was dodging a lot of it, so I wasn't getting hit. Later in the game, I actually get hit by it, so I start worrying. There's not much game left now, though. I see Ari get caught up here, so I go to just make sure she doesn't die. I see Nidalee show up, and I back off. Flashes in and it's out of mana, so she's kind of frustrated that she's running out of mana. The other mana you go through Leona is very prevalent when you don't have the buff. I'm tanking this tower for a while just to make sure everyone can fight behind it. Nidalee comes up for Ari. Ari runs her way. Ari goes to get blue. I think that shield. And I was like, holy shit. But Soraka has a nice heal. Now Ari's asking for some help. Now Ari's at half health and no mana, so I understand. This is a bad play on Ari's part. Nobody came, so he's mad that he didn't get help, but they had to run away. I was at half a life and Nidalee was still around, so they're gonna get dragon here, so we're gonna be even in dragons. It goes to 3 of them, so that dragon went pretty fast. You notice when I backed, I actually got a glacial shroud, more armor, cooldown reduction, and mana, so I should be able to give up my next blue pretty easily. Good, I've got 2k mana and nothing. is too expensive now. In my mana pool, so I've got Alistar here, and I was kind of worried about getting ganked, so I didn't really push through. But he runs away, so I'm just gonna pop my shields and farm. We're gonna group up mid now. Now I'm getting kind of tanky here, so I'm not too worried. Except for Nidalee, who's AP with double buff, so that's kind of a I misjudged Rumble gets pretty boss here. Gets that double kill. Now I start taking tower shots, and with the minions there, I'm not gonna take it, so I back off. We see Mundo, make sure I take him down. I'm gonna follow him to reset, so I know I'm not self-damage against that tower. Already takes to the face, so I block that. I run it out. Throws another spear. I didn't have to take that, but I thought Ari was closer. So we go to ping to get Baron. Normally I would be worried, but I see that we have a Will of the Ancients and Soraka, so we're doing pretty good. There's a Soraka heal for 400, like... Shield. I'm actually beating Ari right now. Let's see. Use the smite to confirm Baron. Always a necessary thing to do. Always confirm Baron. So I want to get red just to make sure I can slow people more effectively. I've only got 168 right now. See the tower pushing bot, so figure we'll go take that. It's not a bad play, but good play on our part. Like, they all line up here, so we're fighting them with their towers. I flash it, stun, get knocked back, and Ari goes and destroys. Ari just running around picking people off now. This is where Ari ends up beating me in CS.
ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
So right now it's 3-on-1. Lee Sin's trying to take down the Lord, but it's just the way he's dealing with it. And we got 10 seconds before anything comes up. As I say, get out, but we have the time. We have the damage there to put through, and here comes the GG. That was my good game.
Victory!